Hi everyone, it's Leonette. Welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. So today I'm working on this wall that is pretty bare in my living room, and I am going to do two projects inspired by higher end decor. And the first one is this one. This is a love sign by West Elm. And I thought it was super cute. I love the style, the simplicity of it, but it's a little too expensive. So I totally think I can recreate it. So that'll be the first project. And then I'm also working on these three wooden blocks, hooks that are going to go on the same wall. This is from Kirklands. Again, beautiful. $45 for the set of three. So I think I can recreate for a lot less than that. So let's see. All right, so the first thing I am doing is I am going to paint this. It's like paneling. I got this at the hardware store in the scrap wood section. So I paid very little for it. And when I mean very little, I mean like under $2. I normally go to the hardware store and often find scrap pieces of wood or even larger ones, but they're all scraps because they're pieces of items that maybe someone purchased and had them cut, and then they had no need for the leftover, and then they leave it in the scrap wood. And they often have them for $1.25, $1.50, depending on the size. Very, very inexpensive. So pretty cool tip for you guys. I did do a video on that, so I can always link it down below. But anyways, I gave it a coat of Kills primer and the stain blocking formula, and then now I am going to give it 2 coats of Valspar white paint. This is just regular household paint. And then once that is done and dried, I'm going to, well, right now I'm working on a design for the word love that will go in the middle of the sign using my Cricut. And this is a matte vinyl. I have all of these supplies linked down below in my Amazon store if you're interested. And as you know, so you just have to weed it out. And I'm very happy that I found almost exactly the same font as, actually I think it is the same exact font as the one in the inspiration photo. So really happy about that. This transfer tape, guys, it is lovely. If you have a Cricut or anything else, any other cutting machine, this is wonderful tape to do transfers with. And yes, the artwork was done by my 7-year-old. But anyway, so I'm just now trying to look for the middle of the board and just transfer it. All right, so now that the love is on the center, I'm just going to freehand the little swoops on each end. Basically, it's just the extension of the E and the extension of the L. And I just like to do a freehand in the air first and then just write it out with a pencil. And then if I like it, which in this case on my first try I really liked it, I got lucky, I'm going to use the thicker Sharpie and just be brave and do it. I was really nervous, but it worked out pretty well. For this side, I decided to flip the board the other way because I'm right-handed, and it'll be easier to just kind of go outwards like that. Pretty happy with the way that turned out. So this board, because it's a panel, it was curving a little bit, and because it's going to be on the wall, I want to make sure it's very flat. But also, I think it's I wanted to come out a little bit from the wall. So I'm going to add these scrap pieces of wood as well. They're scrap. I make ladders and I sell them, and I often have these 1x4s left over from those ladders. So I'm just going to use a couple of them and just brad nail them to the back just to give support, to keep it straight. also to add a little bit of space between the wall and the paneling. And also, it'll be nice to have something to be able to put the claw foot hangers on the back. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to add these. And now the board, when I brad nailed it, it was a little tilted. So I cannot use the board as the measurement for the hooks. So what I did was I measured 5 inches from the top of the paneling down, and that's where I'm going to place each hook. So they're not going to be even with the 1x4, but they're going to be even with the paneling, if that makes sense. I also want to mention that the paneling, I did not have to cut or anything. I got it just like this size, and it just happened to be the perfect size. So I got really lucky there. All right, so now I flipped it over, and I'm just going to fill in the little holes that the brad nailer left, because of course now you can see them. But it's no big deal. I just filled them in, removed the excess spackle, and then once it was dry, I painted it with the same paint just to touch it up and make sure that it's nice and flush and even and beautiful. All right, so on to my second project. I'll show you how that one came out when I have everything done on the wall. So this 2x8 piece of wood was a whole little piece of wood that was left over from one of my husband's projects. I don't know the size of it. All I did was I cut it into even size squares. I want them to be squares, of course. So the board, it's a 2x8, but really it is a 2 by about 7 1/4. So I made sure that I cut the squares to match the 7 1/4 to just have perfectly even squares. And I did that for the 3 of them. And I'm using the same paint by Valspar in the white, and I'm just going to give it 2 coats. So these hooks I got on Amazon, and they are just beautiful. I love them. I got about 12 of them in a pack, and they were just over $12. So they were like $1 and some cents. Really cool, very good find. I have it in my Amazon store if you're interested. So I'm just trying to find here the middle of these boards. I gotta say, this was the hardest part of the whole project. The hooks are heavy on top because they're longer on top. So every time I try to do something, it would move because it would fall backwards. See, I mean, it was just so frustrating. So anyhow, I found the middle eventually, and so I'm going to give you a little bit of information. So the paneling, the sign, the love sign, was just about, I ended up paying, I want to say about $2 for, I'm going to be generous, for the paneling for the board. And then, of course, I already had the vinyl and the paint, so, and the scrap wood that I put on the back. The hooks I got so long ago that I don't even know how much it was, but it comes with a ton of hooks, and it's for under $1, so it was only a few cents. So the love sign would have been for me about, I'm going to be generous, and it's about $2.50, maybe $3. But really, I mean, I had everything, so it was pretty cool. For these 3, I already had the leftover 2x8 that my husband purchased. But if you were to buy something like this and take a piece off of it, it would probably be around $3 maybe. And then each hook turned out to be about $1 each. So I would say this project was probably about $4 to $5 if you include everything used. So now I just marked with a scrap piece of wood in the back, just a straight line so that I know where to place 2 hooks. I am going to be placing 2 hooks on the back of each square. Because they're going to be hooks, I'm not going to put anything extremely heavy on it, but I want them to be straight. I don't want them to like swivel back and forth. I want them to be pretty sturdy. So I'm just adding 2 claw hooks or claw tooth hooks on the back of each. And then after I do this, I'll be all done. I'm just going to add some few little details here as I get ready to show you the final reveal. So here's a reminder of what that love sign looked like from West Elm, and the hooks from Kirklands. And here's my version of it. I don't know about you guys, but I am so happy. It is so good. I love it. It's perfect in this wall. It's perfect for what I was looking for. I did not do the black trim because I wanted it to be mostly white. That just goes with the style and decor in my home. But man, I am so loving this. I am so happy that I got it done. So, and I'm very happy that you guys stuck around and watched to the end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are so nice and so loving with your comments. Comment down below if you liked it. And if you're new and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, as always, I invite everyone to subscribe. I post videos every single week, and I would not want you to miss any of them. And guys, I hope you have a blessed day.